Hello. We're going to get started soon. Thanks for joining us. I'm excited today because you all get to meet John Bean, our new Oakland Rising Deputy Director. But if you all want, as you're joining and have questions that you want to ask John and you want to drop it in the chat, please do. We're really excited about this. Oh, I'm so excited to see folks. Look, hey, what's up, Lydia? Excited to have John join us. We're just going to wait for him to come on board. But as we're doing that, I'm actually going to, we are running a program right now, y'all, with California Calls to it's a power building campaign. And so we have some phone banking days as well as canvassing days coming up that we want you to all be a part of. So we could talk to folks at the doors and on the phones. So here's that's the link to go and sign up for our phone banking day. And then here is the link to sign up for our canvassing day. So you can go to those. They're pretty easy. oaklandrising.org/phone21, oaklandrising.org/canvas21. And you could join our We Are California campaign that we're doing right now. It's happening all across the city. I mean, it's happening all across the state, but for Oakland Rising, we're doing our campaigning here in Oakland. Is this you, John? All right. I think that's John. No, I think so. Hold on. So as we wait for John to join us. Oh, sorry. Hey, hi. Sorry, I think I'm having John join us, so I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, I'm his cousin.
Hey, what's up? So actually, what I'm going to what's your name?
Jennifer Isaac.
Hi.
I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. I'm actually going to ask you to step down so that I could have John join us.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I don't know how to.
How do I get out? Let me go.
I think at the top. Oh, here we go. There we go. So just still waiting for John to join. But thank you, Jennifer. Is one of the things about this IG Live event that we do. It's called Monday Meals, as some of you know. And I think this might be John. This is called Monday Meals because it is an opportunity for us to And he has joined us. So here we go. So then John just needs to accept my invitation. Can you hear me now? Yay, we're on now. Can everybody hear? Yes. Hey, John.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you great.
Awesome, awesome.
Yay.
First time ever using Instagram, I promise you. I'm just like such an old person.
You did it.
Awesome.
You did it.
Yes, yes.
Yay. So everybody, welcome John Bean, who is our new Deputy Director for Oakland Rising. So everybody just give claps. We're so excited. We're excited you to be here. We're going to get into it in just a second, but so John, we've talked about it, but just for folks, reminder as you're joining to come in here is that Monday Meals is this IG Live event that we do almost weekly, not every week, but almost weekly. And the premise of it is really, there was a moment in time when I was actually running these lunchtime meals for folks. And it was like this way where I would spend all day Sunday cooking, and then I would sell those to folks to have a meal on Monday. So I called it Monday Meals. But then what ended up happening was that when I would go to like pass out do the delivery, or folks would come and pick up the meal, I inevitably would like talk to folks, how you doing and where are you, what's going on in your lives, and just like catching up with people. And so I decided to like adopt that for Oakland Rising in a way that was like a connection to that part of me that just like always hustling. But another part of it was just like the way in which like part of our culture, both in Oakland and for Koreans and for like folks of color and just people in general, right, is that we get together over meals, and we would sit down and like talk and just like chop it up over a lunchtime, right? We talk about what's going on in the world, talk about what's going on in Oakland. And so this was part of that, is like how we could do that and connect with people around what's going on in Oakland and in Alameda County and beyond around things, and then talk about what's going on for you too. So the first question we usually ask is, what are you having for lunch today? I went this weekend, I went to Vegan Mob. So this is my gumbo that I got from them. And then y'all, I made some chocolate mochi cake with peanut butter frosting on it. So that's my dessert, because I deserve something sweet too.
Right.
What are you having for lunch, John?
What am I having? You know what? I'm going to eat some leftovers. I kind of went on a cooking spree. I think I was a little nervous from today, and one way to distract myself was to get to cooking. So I lit the grill yesterday in
What?
the rain, put the canopy up, lit the grill, put a tri-tip, 2 slabs of
What?
ribs, some chicken. Yes, all yesterday evening. Made some macaroni and cheese, some collard greens. Just went on and did the whole Sunday dinner kind of thing yesterday. And I think I'm gonna eat some leftovers. God, I feel like I didn't get enough
I
last night
hope you
of it.
have leftovers from all that
Yes,
food. Wow, you
definitely.
turned it up yesterday. That's great. I love
Yes,
that.
I did just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit. But then, then the follow-up question is yes, so you nourished your body, you're gonna have some really good food. Yes, he's feasting. But like
Yes.
also, what are the ways that you nourish yourself? Like your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart. What are those ways? Like just to name one way that we could share. And this is for folks to join who's joining us also to put it in the chat. Let us know the ways that you take care of yourself and are nourishing yourself, right? Because it is an everyday thing. Like everyone's always talking about self-care, and I'm kind of like adverse to saying that word because I don't think it should be something that is sort of like a category unto itself. It should be something that we
Right.
do every day. And so what are the ways that you're nourishing yourself, John?
And I do try to do this very often, almost every day. And it's exercise. I get outside early in the morning is the best time for me. Between 7 and 8 a.m. I'm rushing the kids out of the house, and right behind them I got my running shoes on, tied tight, and I try to do at least about 2 miles in the morning. For the folks who are friends and family from Facebook, they see me all the time. I try to, while I'm running, go and have an inspirational moment with folks and connect with them, whether or not it's like a birthday shout out or just telling folks something inspirational for the week or something that I try to live by that keeps me motivated. I'll try to use that time to do that. I'll maybe 30, 45 seconds of just motivational speaking, then I'll continue my run. And yeah, that always kind of gets me balanced and geared up for the day.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I've been getting up really early in the morning too to just like get some exercise in, at least 20 minutes in the morning. And I walk my dog every morning, so it's always helpful to get outside. What is it about the morning time that you prefer? What do you like about it in the morning?
The air is crisp.
Mm,
It's like fresh. No one's
that's
out
right.
yet. Like the buzzing of the town hasn't started, right? And yeah, I can see the sunrise. If I get up early enough, sometimes I watch the sunrise, and it's just so refreshing and rejuvenating to be able to be out by myself. And there's maybe a few dog walkers like yourself, but other than that, we got the street to ourselves.
I like that. I like that. That's exactly mine too. It's a difference between like the sunrise and the sunset. Like sunset feels like there's still all this energy and there's still like this buzz from the city and people moving, right? But in the morning, everyone's sort of like just lifting up and it feels like just like I like how we call it dawn, right? Because it's like that
Right.
moment of like awakening and rising. Um, so tell us about yourself, John. Well, I know you because John Bean has been, and just to let you all know, like we really wanted to look at somebody who was going to fill this role that knows Oakland Rising really well, knows organizing really well, and we really wanted to think about somebody who has been like connected with Oakland Rising for a while. And so we were so excited when John applied for the position because John Bean, if you have ever done a program with us, like a canvassing or a phone banking program, you know, John at one point was on probably lead for your team. And so John came on as a canvasser and a phone banker for us at one point and then became a team lead. And then he went on to do amazing, great things at other organizations in between. So like we're fulfilling that part of us about the you know, building leadership into folks. And so really that commitment is like, that is a continuation of this in our job. But what are some of the things that you've been doing so folks can know? Because I know, but what are things that folks, they want to know about you? They want to know you, John.
Right. I try to put my hands in everything that I can. You know, it's only 24 hours in a day, but I try to make the best of each and every one of them. Like just from being involved with like the male involvement at the Head Starts at my school, at my kids' schools. That was something that was important to me to be a part of, to build character, to show that we have other influences. It's always full of moms when you go pick up the kids, and I really wanted to see a little bit of change in that. So I got involved in that. That went from 25 dads to the last one we had, males. We had over 100 males come out and do a male involvement dance for the kids. And it's just like one part of the stuff that I do to gratify myself. This is like, I do this work because I love to do it. I started with outreach way back, maybe I want to say 98, 99, without showing my age. And yeah, knocking doors have always inspired me. I love outreach. People used to be like, you like doing outreach? I love outreach. Every day is a new story. You meet someone new every day. And yeah, you just can't replace those experiences of going out in the community and meeting new people and changing lives in that moment, right? So I started with like California Peace Action. I've knocked doors for ACLU. Then I started knocking doors for California. For CJJC, my long-term family over at Costa Houston Just Cause.
Right. We love CJJC. They're part of Oakland Rising's partner organizations and one of the founding organizations for Oakland Rising. So yes.
Yeah.
So you
See the EDs on Old
Yay!
Shakita.
We see
Shout out Jay
Shakira.
Beezy. Yeah, that's when I got my name back in 2013, organizing. I started there knocking doors and came back, applied to be a housing right organizer at Costa Justa, and yeah, just began to flourish. Went off to Bold, Black Organizing Leadership and Dignity, where I learned all these skills of how to home in my organizing skills and become a true transformative organizer. And I think that's when I began to learn my calling, right? I think that we're all searching for what are we here? What is our purpose on this planet, right? For this short period of time that we're here. And I think my purpose is to transform people's lives to be their greatest self. And I've seen that happen as an organizer. I've seen the impact of just stopping a person on the street and saying, hey, are you registered to vote? And next thing you know, they're getting registered and they're learning about Oakland Rising, and then they're applying. And then I see them on a campaign, right? And I left Costa Justa and I came right on board to Oakland Rising. Always starting from the bottom too, wanting to be engaged with the community, want to be a people's person and be right direct on the front line. So started back over as a canvasser, knocking doors, phone banking, and yeah, moved my way up, became a team leader and a senior team leader, and ran one of the largest electoral campaigns I think Oakland Rising has had, with like 23 people on doors and 23 people on phones and chaos and craziness. And I love it though, right? I love it. I keep coming back every time Oakland Rising has anything to offer. I'm back to get me a piece of it. And it's because of the impact and the change that we've seen over the years. And I moved here recently to Antioch, and I stay in Contra Costa County now, but I didn't want to neglect my new home. Right, so I got involved here. I started working with Safe Return Project and Lift Up Contra Costa, the Contra Costa Labor Council, and the list just goes on and on. I'm a part of the Juvenile Justice Coordinating Council here, and I'm active with the City Council, and yeah, just trying to make change everywhere I go. And just so glad to be back in Oakland. I remember moving at the tender age of 17 to Oakland from Alabama, where I was born and raised.
Oh, you were a
And
baby, John. You were a baby.
yes, yes. Little old John John. That's what my older relatives call me, little John John, right? And I came here and I felt something that made me want to change Oakland and not run from it And even times now we see like the murder rate we are just talking about was so is so high, and it's so many things that we can be um, looking at negatively, right,
That's right.
in Oakland. But
That's right.
I choose to focus on the positive and the things that we can change and the things that matter the most, like our kids and our housing and our livelihood, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm here for, is to make that impact and to make that change. And so excited to be a part of Oakland Rising doing that.
Okay, so when I reposted this, I was like, whenever I tell you this every time, John, too. I was like, every time John comes on, I smile. And I'm so excited and happy to just like spend time with you. And so I'm sure that you are also infectiously getting everybody else who's joined us on this event today to be smiling too, because this is exactly why, right? Why we asked you to be part of the team on a permanent way and just to be part of the leadership of Oakland Rising. We're really excited. I haven't said to one person, they're like, so who's the new deputy director? I'm like, John B. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, hell yeah. Just excited about that. And so we're so excited. But I wanted to ask you a question, like a follow-up to what you were talking about, like being on the doors. What's
Uh-huh.
something that you really, what do you have a memory of like your favorite or the most impactful moment of being on the door or on the phones and like talking to somebody, like what that is like for you? Or like being a part of our team or being on a team and what that meant?
Yeah, definitely have a moment that comes to mind every time I talk about Oakland Rising and I talk about like my history at Oakland Rising. Um, there was one particular individual where she came and applied for a position as a team member, but the reason why she was able to do that was really what captured the moment, right? Because we have been knocking doors. I think we knocked about 22,000 doors that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It was I think it was Prop 55, 56, and
Mm-hmm.
57, and one was to lower um, felonies to
Right.
misdemeanors, right? And she had been impacted by that. She was at Santa Rita County Jail at the time, and she was able to be released just because of that vote
Mm,
being changed and that proposition being passed through. And when she found out um, what Oakland Rising did and how we were so instrumental in making sure that folks in the flatlands of Oakland were being reached and that this proposition was changed, she had to come down and learn about us. And not only that, excuse me, be a part of the future of Oakland Rising.
mm,
And she was such a blossom and um, great person to work with. And she came back campaign after campaign and impact and change other people's lives.
mm.
And as an organizer, we always tell ourselves it's not about the work that we can do,
Right.
but the multiplication of that work, right?
That's right.
How many people we can grow and change to do that work as well. And that was really a moment where I seen like the work change someone and impact someone's life so
That's right.
much. And yeah, I credited a lot of that to Open Rising.
Oh, I felt that right in my heart. I felt that. That just gave me some goosebumps. Like, because sometimes we get so entrenched in our work, right? We just are only in the weeds, and sometimes we're not able to lift our heads up and like and see the actual impact of our work in people's everyday lives, because that at the end of the day is what we're talking about, right? We're talking about like the policies and the budgets aren't just like something on a paper over there that somebody else is talking to or talking about, but that is something that directly goes right to our lives and impacts the lives of our community and our people. So appreciate you sharing that story.
Yes.
One of the things I really enjoy is those moments during trainings of like our volunteers and
Yeah.
also our daily team, when we have our team together and they are when we were in person. But even now, just like being able to see them virtually and talking to them about what their experiences are like, it's really fun, the energy that you feel in that moment, like on a canvassing day or on a phone banking day. So if y'all aren't signed up, y'all should get signed up for one of our days because the energy is just exciting, right? Like you feel that you're a part of something larger than yourself, that you're going to be talking to people face to face about what's happening in their community and what they can do about it, right? In a way that you know you you don't get to see in other ways. And so I love that about our work and the work that we do. Um, I was wondering too. So, I've been thinking about like, what am I going to talk to John about? And I wanted to, and I'm sure folks want to hear this part too, is what's the most exciting? So we talked about what we're excited about in terms of like what we do and how we do the work. But what excites you about Oakland Rising's future?
Wow. The possibilities, right?
Mm,
The possibilities are really so vast. There's so many different issues that are like plaguing Oakland right now. And Oakland Rising has always had um, the ability to just put their hand in kind of like all these different pots, right? We're a part of so many different coalitions. We have so many different partners that kind of facilitate these different issues that we can be a part of. So that's what I love so much about Oakland Rising. I've been to organizations where we focused on impacted folks? Are we focused on housing? Or are we focused on mental health? And with Oakland Rising, it's like an octopus. You have your arms kind of like all over the place, and I
I like
love
that
that
image.
because
I love that
right, we're
image.
not missing. Yeah, we need to redo it. That's our mascot now, right? The Oakland Rising octopus. Um, so yeah, because we're able to touch so many different people in so many different places, it doesn't limit us to having to go down one avenue to get focused on this one thing. We can impact so many different things. We got the defund, we getting a part of TOPA, we got these statewide initiatives that are going on. It's so many different opportunities. And what I've always wanted to do, always been a dream for me, is to come back to Oakland Rising to sustain the team, right?
Hmm.
Because I came back, I worked about 9 campaigns. I think I stopped counting around there, around 9, and I would come back and I'll be excited every time, but I would still be saddened at the end of every campaign. So what
Hmm.
always been my dream is to have an ongoing campaign where folks can come back every day and make Oakland Rising their home the way I wanted to, and now have. And so that's what I'm really excited about. The future is growing our family.
That's right. That's right. And that is one of our hopes is that Oakland Rising will be able to sustain our canvassing team year round so that we're building on things. We don't have to like stop and go through campaigns, but that through that we're going to be able to like build leadership of the folks in our team so that one day they're going to take your job, John. They're going to take my job, right? Like so, and that's what we
Yeah,
want because that is ultimately what Oakland needs. We need folks from our communities who are like speaking and leading where Oakland should go. And that's not to say that you aren't and I aren't, in those positions because, I grew up here in Oakland and you lived here since you were 17, and we're not going to talk about age, but that's a long time, right? So but
Right.
but I think that every day we want to be allowing new voices into the room, new people who are going to like lead the city to a place and lead lead this out, Alameda County work that we're talking about doing too, right? So y'all, again, I just want to plug it one more time. If you want to join our team, you want to join our volunteer program, we're going to be phone banking. That's starting this Wednesday night. It's going to go every Wednesday till mid-November. You just go to oaklandrising.org/phone21. Again, oaklandrising.org/phone21. And then we're going to have two canvassing days. We're going to have one on the November 4 or 6th and the 13th. And the 6th is going to be in Oakland, and the 13th is going to be in unincorporated Alameda County. So sign up for that at oaklandrising.org/canvas21, oaklandrising.org/canvas21, and you could find out and sign up for those dates. And we're really excited because we're going to be partnering with Urban Peace Movement to be doing some of that work, and the Justice Reinvestment Coalition, and all of their connections with Free Santa Rita and decarcerate Alameda County folks in unincorporated Alameda County. So join us for that. And, you're going to get to experience everything that John's been talking about here.
Yes.
So last question before we kind of kind of end this is, well, I wanted to turn it on you, actually. I wanted to see if there were any questions you had for the folks. You had a question for me.
Well, you know me, I always like to hear from the people. I know we don't have like a ton of folks on live right now, but I always like to hear from them if anything they want to see from Oakland Rising's new deputy director. The things that they want to see change. I love Oakland Rising's. I think it's like an annual, like they used to call it, it's the Solutions of Oakland, Solutions for Oakland. And I remember, my second time on the team, they put me on the front, and I like put it, almost framed it and put it on my wall because it just meant so much to me to be a part of the solutions for Oakland, right? And I didn't feel like I was a big shot then. I was just coming in, making some phone calls, anything like, well, what solutions do I have? But over the years, I understand that's where the solutions come from.
That's right.
Those who are impacted the most, the everyday folks who go out and beat the pavement to get the change that they want to see.
I appreciate that.
I would love to hear from other folks.
Yeah,
but
put it in the chat. Let us know what it is that you want to hear from us. Like, what do you want to see Oakland Rising really focus our attention on? What we are doing is, we are working right now and talking to folks about the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act. And in Oakland, it is not the end-all be-all to all of our housing issues, but is an opportunity to take, housing off of the speculative market and give tenants an opportunity to purchase with assistance, and keep it public, and make it a public place so that people can have permanent housing. We're talking and working with folks on things at the county level around decarcerating Alameda County. We have some really big races that are coming up next year, and so you all can follow our sister organization, Oakland Rising, oaklandrisingaction.org. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, also, so that you can see the work that we're doing on our sister organization around how we're getting progressive electeds in office. But, for Oakland Rising, it is really comes up from the bottom up, right? Like we are collaborative. So it's not just John and I and our team doing all the work. But it's also about lifting up the issues that are coming from our partner organizations and the things that matter to them. So we're following Howard Terminal and our work with the Defund Coalition on the macro program and how we might be able to impact public financing, how we might be able to impact, a certain level of certain level of issues that our folks that our communities are facing. And then somebody put in the chat mental health and wellness. I hear that. That's a really great
Yeah.
one. We that is a county issue actually. So just to let you know that that's actually something that's happening at the county level. So as we begin to look into our work in Alameda County and trying to expand some of that and put some pressure on the Board of Supervisors there, we might be able to really do that. Last year we passed Measure W, which was a half-cent sales tax in Alameda County. And we need to fight for that money. It's about $150 million that's supposed to go into the county, that's supposed to go to more services. And one of the things that we saw this year was that the DOJ, the Department of Justice at the federal level, looked at Alameda County and said that mental health is abysmal, that that's actually leading to higher incarceration rates in Alameda County. And instead of funding more mental health services, quality mental health services, the Board of Supervisors continues to give money to the Sheriff's Department and putting money into a carceral system through Santa Rita Jail, which also, according to that same report, is saying that that they are in violation of the American Disabilities Act because they are not caring for the mentally ill inmates or incarcerated folks, I should say. They are not inmates, they are incarcerated peoples at Santa Rita instead of actually caring for them. They're just incarcerating people and keeping them in cages for too long. So, yes, these are definitely issues that we're working on and thinking about, and we're really excited for John to be on our team because we're going to be working on it together, y'all. It's going to be me and John. We're like power twins, y'all. It's going to be this is the power twin dynamic here. I don't know if y'all are ready for that. But
Right.
I also so we don't want to go too long with this, but I'm so excited. How many of y'all are excited that John has joined Oakland Rising and our team? Put it in the chat. Give him shout out. Give him a lot of love and energy because this work, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, but I'm so glad to be doing it with you, John, because like I said, we're going to be that dynamic duo, y'all. And we're going to be working
Yes.
with our team.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm so thankful and grateful for the opportunity. Liz, you are an amazing person, both in and out. And I couldn't ask for a better partner in this movement. So thank you so much for the opportunity again.
Oh my God, John. No, I'm so glad that you said yes because this is it. You're the one we've been looking for. So it's been here. It's like made for you. Yeah.
Yes, I do agree. I do agree.
So I'm glad you took a chance and like applied and joined our team and said yes. So you all, just one more time, oaklandrising.org/phone21, oaklandrising.org/canvas21. You can also, if you love our Monday meals events that we do, we're hopefully going to have our talk with James Birch on macro soon. I know that some of that work is moving forward. We also are doing a lot of stuff on redistricting, y'all. So keep an eye out on our Instagram and all of our other social media so that you can join our town hall meeting and our sessions that we're going to be doing some mapping sessions so that you all get to decide how resources and political power in this city actually is divided up. So follow the redistricting commission, follow us so that you can check all of that stuff out. So thank you, John. Thank you for joining our team. Thank you for joining me today. See you all and have a great day. Bye,
Thank you.
y'all. Thanks.